Hey everybody, it's David, and thanks for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the WinFit system and specifically the 8-hour eating window. And I'm really excited to share this with you today because imagine not going on a diet, being able to eat all the healthy foods that you want, and still losing that extra body fat and building lean quality muscle. This is what we're talking about, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're talking about eating within an 8-hour window and then 16 hours where you're not eating. Now, I know one of the things that might be going through your mind is, well, gee, am I going to be hungry during that 16 hours? And the answer is absolutely not. If you are following our instructions, the ones that we provide in our program guide, you're going to be eating lots and lots of healthy food, and you are not going to be hungry during the 16 hours. So one example is that, and you can move this around however you like. Let's say you really love to have your breakfast. Well, you could pick an 8-hour window between 8 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. Let's say, on the other hand, you really love your dinners. Well, then you could be eating between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. in the evening. Those are just two examples, but the beautiful part about what we've put together is that it's completely flexible, so you choose what works for your lifestyle. So let's get more into the specifics. We get a lot of questions about this, such as, well, is this a low carbohydrate diet? Should I avoid carbs? Or, what foods are okay to eat? I want you to remember, this is not a diet. It's not about restrictions. This is about eating healthy and eating within this 8-hour window. Now, of course, we want you to eat healthy. You're not going to build a better body if you are eating junk food. Okay, so every little part of this that you clean up and you eat healthy, you're going to improve your results. But it doesn't mean that you have to make sacrifices or have a lot of restrictions. So even if you took the diet that you have now and you restricted it down into this 8-hour window and you're using our program, using our system and following our instructions, you're still going to get results. But the whole point of sharing this information with you is we want you to get the best results possible. So here's one thing that you could do. You start off at, let's say, 11 o'clock in the morning, and you could have something like a protein shake. Now, you want to have lean protein or a clean protein with each meal and with each snack. The reason for doing this is to take advantage of the thermic effect of food. What does that mean exactly? Well, when you take in carbohydrates and fats, it's going to require a certain amount of energy for your body to process those macronutrients. On the other hand, when you're taking in protein, it requires more energy to break that protein down. So, as an example, if you were to get 1,000 calories from protein, it could require 300 calories just to metabolize that protein. So that's called the thermic effect, and by having protein with each meal, you can naturally raise your metabolism. Now, the second reason why you want to be getting your protein is that it is the fuel for building lean muscle. Many people would find that they would use our program, and let's say one of their goals is to build lots and lots of muscle. Not everybody is going to have that goal, but let's say that's your goal. Well, if you're not eating enough protein, if you're not taking in enough food, and that includes carbohydrates as well, you're not going to be able to build that lean muscle and optimize fat burning. Now, I know this is the opposite of what you're told, but the fact of the matter is that to build muscle, you've got to eat lots and lots of food, and specifically protein. So let's say that you were to weigh between 150 and 200 pounds. You might want to get as much as 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So that'd be 150 to 200 grams of protein per day. That's one example. So a good way to do this is with protein shakes, and this is like how I like to start my eating window. At 11 a.m., I always have a protein shake that has 50 grams of whey protein. Now, the reason why I like whey protein is because it's anabolic and it has the branch chain amino acids. And that simply means it contains the ingredients that your body needs to make lean muscle. Women, you can use a little bit less protein, 25, 30 grams. Men might want to use a little bit more, 40 or 50 grams. The choice is entirely yours, but this is very easy and convenient way to be getting your protein by starting off your day with a protein shake. Now, let's say that you are a vegan or a vegetarian. This is a great question. You're still going to want to have enough protein in your diet, but you don't have to have animal proteins. There's some great options. For example, there's hemp protein powder, there's pea protein, there's brown rice protein. Any of these would be suitable as long as you're getting enough protein per day from any of these vegetable sources. That'll be completely fine. So even if you're a vegan, you can still build plenty of lean muscle. Just want to make sure that you have that protein at each meal. Now, let's say it comes around to about 1 o'clock as an example, and you want to have lunch. Remember, this is not a diet. As a matter of fact, we want to encourage that you get your proper nutrition. So an example of a good healthy meal would be some grilled chicken, vegetable like broccoli, and some brown rice. And I know in many diets they say, well, you can't have things like rice, you can't have things like bread. Well, absolutely with this, you want to be having complex carbohydrates because this is going to serve as the fuel that you need for your workouts and for you to build lean muscle. You are not going to be building muscle and burning fat without having complex carbs. So this absolutely is not a carbohydrate-free diet and a high-protein diet. You want to have your carbohydrates. Also, you want to have your lean protein, and things like grilled chicken, grilled salmon are going to be excellent choices. Now, let's talk for a moment about healthy fats and the importance of having fats in your diet. You absolutely need to have fats to manufacture hormones. One example is testosterone. If you want to be building lean muscle, regardless of whether or not you're a man or a woman, you absolutely have to have healthy fats in your diet. And this is even going to include things like saturated fats, which many people tell you to stay away from, but that would be things like butter and coconut oil. So as an example, if you wanted to add butter over to that grilled chicken or your rice, you should do that. Because when you take in butter, you're going to be providing the raw material that your body needs to make testosterone. Other healthy fats like olive oil are really excellent because they're going to provide your omega-3s, and this is going to help reduce inflammation in the body. And again, it's going to help to facilitate production of the hormones that your body needs to stay in balance. So absolutely, you should be getting enough healthy fats each day. Things like butter, coconut oil, olive oil, or the fats from fish are all great sources. Now, in the afternoon, you can have something like a snack. If you wanted to have another whey protein shake, you could do that. I like to have things like goji berries. They're very high in carbohydrates, but they also provide a lot of nutrients. And again, because we need to have our carbohydrates for energy, things like berries, blackberries, raspberries, goji berries are going to be excellent sources of energy, and they're going to make great snacks. Other things that you can do, of course, are going to be things like almonds, cashews, any type of seeds or nuts are going to have healthy proteins and healthy fats and nutrients and provide your body with the fuel that it needs. And then, of course, what would be a great dinner to have? Well, if you want to enjoy a steak with lots of butter on it, a baked potato, broccoli, go ahead, indulge, and enjoy. This is not a diet. It's about eating healthy and getting enough quality protein and nutrition where you can fuel the building of muscle and the burning of fat. So as long as you stay within that 8-hour window, you can eat these great healthy foods. You're not going to starve. You're not going to have low energy. As a matter of fact, you're going to have great energy levels outside that 8-hour window. And you're going to see how dramatically your body changes over a short period of time as you burn off that excess fat and your body builds muscle. So thanks for watching, and catch our other videos about the WinFit system.